Hello, this is a Steinway Model O grand piano 1904 in Rosewood, and it's just restoration just been completed. It's now on our showroom floor. Steinway Rosewood pianos of this period are particularly beautiful. They have an interesting grain. I don't know how well it's going to come out on this video, but we've got some photos of it on our website too. There we see the boxwood inlay, and it's been French polished, as you can see. This Rosewood has particularly striking contrast, and we try to make the piano the colour that will bring out the best contrast, and also the polish so that it's not too bright, otherwise it's too reflective and you can't see the grain so well. This is the top lid. As you can see, it's particularly beautiful. The key tops have been replaced, but the replacement looks very much like ivory. It has a slight grain to it and exactly the same colour as ivory, so the appearance is very similar. This is a German Steinway, and it's been refinished. As you can see, a great detail. The soundboard's perfect. There's new bridge caps here, German bass strings and German treble strings. We've put a few extra half wedge dampers. These half wedge where there's a half wedge there, but flat on the back there, and that these ones here up to G sharp, so to give the best possible damp. And the tuning pins go into a new tuning block. It's a Delignate tuning, brand new tuning block, multi-layered. Looking inside the piano, underneath the tuning block, you can see at the back there some of the layers. Now it's been fitted with new hammers, shanks and rollers. That's the hammer, shank, roller, and that gives even hinges as well, because all the hinges are new. That's really quite essential. And then we voice the hammers. Well, these hammers have been voiced when they come out of the packet initially. The hammers are voiced, deep voicing here. You need to do deep voicing to give a bounce to the hammer, otherwise the sound is a bit harsh. It needs to bounce off the string to bring out the harmonics properly and bring out the tone. Then you gradually voice less deep as you go up here to the shoulders, and then finally you gently voice the top. But in order to do that, I've had to mark the hammers because in this case they're new, so gently underneath on the underside of the string with a marker pen. In this case I've used a pink marker pen to mark the point where the hammer hits the strings, and now I can voice the unicorda. Voicing of the unicorda, which means when you shift with the left hand pedal, it shifts the hammer so that a different part of the hammer hits the string. So we want this to be in between the marks. We have to be very careful with this, obviously. You might stray slightly, but you do need to slightly voice the top anyway, but only 1 millimeter deep, maybe 2 millimeters at the very most, because otherwise you destroy the hammer underneath. So it's important, the hammer needs bounce, needs to be firm underneath the surface, but just at the very top, voicing the hammers. This is done by all technicians who do voicing. So unicorda, that's in between. And then as the hammer shifts over, it's a softer part of the felt that hits the string, giving you a softer tone. Now if you look down here, that's one that I've started to do, and you can't see the marks so much now. That's why it's important to mark it, because when you do the unicorda, I pull it up slightly just so I can see which ones I've been doing, make it slightly fluffy. That way I can see which ones I've been doing. That can be smoothed off afterwards. So that's a Model O Steinway Grand, 180 centimetres long, 5'10"3/4", and made it in 1904, which was the height of the piano trade. So the standard was very high, manufacturers competing against each other, many more people owning pianos. So I want to encourage you to buy a piano of this age. The tone round here is very sensitive, very beautiful. You get both power and gentleness. And tenor area sings. Very important to have a singing tenor area. So the most important area is around here in the treble, where you play most of the melodies, and then tenor area where you get the counterpoint and a beautiful, rich, warm tone in the bass. Thank you very much for listening.